Great and happy morning, Francis. Hello and good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you who are on the line. And you're exactly right, Francis. This morning, I have the opportunity to be with you from beautiful Beverly Hills, California. And what a joy it is to be here. I am honored, and it is a privilege really to share and speak to this important information and to empower everyone who has joined the line today. The first question really, why network marketing? And that for me is an easy answer. Network marketing, the reason why I chose network marketing is to own my life, to literally own my life. Before I found network marketing, to give you a little background, I worked in a bag manufacturing plant, manufacturing paper bags, the kind that you get in a grocery store. And to your point, Francis, I did not have a college education. I did not have business experience, and I did not have experience in the industry. And as cliche as it may sound, the one thing that I did have was a dream. I wanted more. And within that bag manufacturing plant, I was working 60 hours a day, and I was earning barely enough to cover my expenses. And so there was very little freedom, it felt, very little opportunity. And had I stayed in that position 40 years from that time when I was a very young girl, young woman, I see that, or at that time it felt like I would have stayed in that pattern, in that realm, in that unfulfilling space and place of not really living my life and living my dreams. And I just knew there had to be more. And what happened for me is that I developed some chronic health challenges, some illnesses. And what's so interesting, I feel, is that when we ask the question, when we get really interested on difference, how our lives could be different, what it could look like for an opportunity to come our way, well, mine came in the way of a health challenge. I had an opportunity with a company who had a health product, and I loved the product, and it was actually my husband with a business mindset who saw the business opportunity. And within that introduction to network marketing, I heard stories of people who were earning more in a week than I earned in a year. Many I met, and we had friends who were earning more in a day than I had earned in a year at the bag manufacturing plant. And I got really curious. I got very curious because I decided that if it was possible for others, it could very well be possible for me. And the idea of choosing my own hours, choosing the people who I worked with, and the opportunity to really write the check that I desired to earn in a part-time working from home and choosing the people I work with was very, very, very inviting, very intriguing, and very interesting. And my husband and I, we got to work and were able to reach the top level within that particular company in 2 years. And I had a mindset that even if it took me 40 years to earn what I was earning yearly in a month, it would be worth it. So I would be willing to stay with that for 40 years. It didn't take 40 years, it took 2. Keep in mind, no business experience, no industry experience. But what I did hear clearly, because I had the opportunity to work with a coach, and what I heard clearly from my coach is that for things to change, we must change. For things to grow, we must grow. And I got very, very, very interested in self-development, human potential, what it was to have a specific mindset. And that is where I became a master trainer within that realm, not only in our business, in the company, and in the industry. And as our business grew, it gave me the opportunity to really go out and empower women. That's my mission, really, to empower women, to inspire women, to elevate women, and to do that on a worldwide basis and to really take that message to the world. So when I found NHT, why NHT? Well, there were a few things that I found with the prior company that are very, very important to really go to the highest levels possible. And one is the philosophy, and the other is vision. And so when NHT came our way, and we had stopped working within our business because there wasn't harmony within philosophy, wasn't harmony within the vision. And quite frankly, I didn't know that there would be another opportunity that would really fulfill every aspect necessary for us to really engage and grow and be involved at a high level within a company. And then NHT, here comes NHT. And what I found with NHT, so why NHT? What I found with NHT is a philosophy. I found a company and a team, and Joe and Dan are partners in building a philosophy, a mindset, and a vision. And in addition to a philosophy of empowering women, empowering people, and a vision of taking this to the world, $1 billion company and more, and to have the platform in which the company is completely solid and the structure completely in alignment to really produce the results in which Joe and Dan, the company, and the teams have set for themselves. So in addition to that, of course, it's the products, it's the compensation plan, it's having a solid and secure company in sales. And it is really, again, about the philosophy and the growth potential within this company. So for myself, when I saw all of the points really lining up, the product, the compensation plan, the solid stability and security of the company, the global footprint, the idea that they're poised and positioned in a beautiful way to go to $1 billion and beyond, it caught my attention. And it caught my attention in a way that when I think about the opportunity for women, initially I started in network marketing for myself to produce something that could really change my life. And when I see this opportunity for women today with NHT, the word that comes to mind is impact. Impact. I shared with you that my mission is really to inspire, to empower, and elevate women. And with NHT, what I see here is the accelerator for women. It's a model to really teach and reach the masses for women who really want to live their greatest lives. So this really, for women, is an opportunity. And again, it's a level playing field, and it's an opportunity for better health, accelerated rewards, richer rewards, and greater income, a higher sense of self-fulfillment, and really making a difference in the world. And it's said, Francis, that when one rises, all rise. And this is an opportunity for each one of us to really step into our pure potential, step into our greatness, step into the possibilities, the opportunity, the potential, not only to make a difference for ourselves, for yourself, but for your family, for the women of the world, and for the world itself. So there's never been a better time to really step into the greatness that is before you. And with this company, it is absolutely a match made in heaven. Just on a final note, when I speak about the philosophy, the idea, and one of the ideas and philosophies that we bring to our team, that especially with this idea of mindset, because being in the human potential realm now, and as a transformational teacher and leader in the world, mindset, where our minds are set, are pivotal and key to our success. And so there is a platinum philosophy and a platinum mindset that we work with on our team. And with that philosophy, with that structure, and with that target in place, what we see and what we know is that we are bringing very, very success-minded, motivated, and teams who are really ready to go to the top, expand globally, and reach the desired dreams that they have in their hearts, the reason that they're here. So with that platinum mindset, And with the platinum structure in place, what we're seeing is the teams really growing and going at a fast rate, a fast clip, and a fast pace. And we're so grateful and happy to be on this call, sharing this information, to be with this company. And Joe and Dan, thank you for the opportunity to be here today to share this information. Thank you, Frances.
Okay, well, hello everybody. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, or whatever it is, wherever you are. It's it's an honor to have been asked to speak on this webinar with such amazing and powerful women. I've actually met some of them, whether it was in Istanbul or Hong Kong. I haven't actually met you, Frances, but I do feel like I know you. We've spoken a number of times, and you've been a great source of help over the last few years with all of your knowledge and background of the products and the company. And it's always a pleasure to listen to you when you're doing webinars. Today, I'm actually going to speak from my own heart, and this is from my perspective, because this is about the power of women, and I am a woman. And I'm going to tell you how I came across this business and why I think it's so perfect for women. Now, it's great for men too. Don't want to leave you guys out. And we've lots of very clever men in the business. But I'm just going to talk to you today from a woman's perspective. And just to give you a little brief background of my own lifestyle and how I got to here. I started my career in the usual 9-to-5 industry. I was working with an insurance company. It had a kind of a limited scale salary program and promotional prospects, but not great. And there were 600 people in the company, so you were competing against all of those. Had a great social life though, met loads of people, and you know, I just got up every day, went to my job, sat down, came home at 5, went through the traffic, and this was going on for about 10 years. And it wasn't really going anywhere for me. So I got the opportunity to start my own business in the print and design industry. And I thought, wow, this would be great because I can be my own boss. I'll have more time for myself, and I can do more and I can earn more. But it didn't actually work that way. Turned out to be very hectic, really demanding. All I seemed to be doing was paying bills, paying staff, buying more machines for the printing industry. And then, to cut a long story short, we had the whole Celtic Tiger collapse and everything kind of went south. And things got even more hectic, more demanding, and I never seemed to have time to do anything I wanted. And I still wasn't earning very much. I suppose most of us women start our first job somewhere between the age of 18 to 21, 22, 23, whenever we finish college. We all want to be successful and make money. We all want to have a nice place to live. We want to have a nice car. We want to go on holidays, have lots of nice clothes, etc., etc. And I suppose most of us, by the time we reach our 30s, we're generally in a relationship, and you know, we tend to settle down, want to start a family. And this is where our plan all kind of goes pear-shaped, because it's really hard to juggle a career and a family. And I've found that out the hard way over the last 20 years, guys. You know, we still want to have a career, we want to make money, but we want to be with our family, we want to spend more time with our children. We want to stay at home, we want to watch them grow, we want to be there when they're sick, we want to go to their school events, we want to be there to make dinner with them. And you know, as you get older, we have parents who can get sick, and we need to spend a bit more time with our parents, and we want to do this. But when we're in a 9-to-5 job, it actually is very hard to do that. In fact, it's not really possible. You're taking all your holidays off, you end up stressed, and it just doesn't work. And what I'd like to say about the network marketing industry is I really wish someone had introduced me to this years ago. Really, I really do. I wish I understood what a home-based business actually meant, because what it means is, and it just answers everything, it means that you can work from home. It means that you can work to your own hours. You don't have a boss to answer to. You don't have to get up in the morning and drive through traffic to try and get to work and then do the same in the evening. It means that you can create an income that's unlimited if you want to. You can make more money than you could ever make in a normal job. And in most cases, even as a self-employed job, and I can tell you that. And if you look at the statistics, network marketing is one of the biggest industries in the world, and it has created more female millionaires than any other industry. So any woman listening to this webinar, just kind of consider this business, because it really will help your life. The industry is for men too, obviously, but it especially suits women and their lifestyle. If they want to have a career, but they want to stay at home and be in more control of their lives. Why did I choose NHD Global, and how did I get started? I didn't have a huge knowledge of the network marketing industry. I'd never even heard of NHD Global. I just came across two products, guys, and it was a 30-minute non-surgical facelift and the Allure Lux. And I shared them with a few friends, and before I knew it, they wanted the products, and so did their friends, and so did their friends. So I had to go and find out who the company were so I could order them. And I came across Mr. Dollyburst's drop in my travels. For those of you who were listening to the presentation earlier, he gave a great presentation explaining how this business works. But he explained to me that this was a good business opportunity, and they were launching in Europe with their beauty, wellness, and lifestyle products. And why didn't I join? And I could create a passive income. Now, I didn't really take him seriously at the time, because I was kind of caught up in my own business. I couldn't see how I could do this one. I had no experience. I wasn't a beautician. I wasn't from the medical profession. I didn't even have the time, to be honest, because I was still running around trying to pay bills. I was meeting deadlines, and, I just wasn't thinking. But my products, I got my products, they arrived, and, more people wanted them. And a few of my friends kind of asked, is there a business opportunity here? Because their friends wanted them. And I started thinking about what Dollyburst said to me. And the thing that actually got to me, I suppose, more than anything else, was that I could create a passive income. So I thought, why not? And if you look at that slide that is there, I put that there on purpose, the Richard Branson one. If someone offers you an opportunity and you don't know how to do it, say yes, and then learn how to do it later. Because, guys, that's exactly what I did. I mean, I hadn't a clue about this industry, but I just I had a feeling, and I knew there was something there. I didn't know 3 years ago that this would become my main business, but what I did know was that I was fed up doing what I was doing, and I was going nowhere fast. And I was also only as good as the next job that I did. And, I had a limited way of earning money, and it just never seemed to end. And the second slide there that you can see, I was a slave to that second slide, because I knew I was going to be working for 40 years or more, and probably end up broke anyway, or with not much better off than I was at that time. And I kind of thought, well, if I was prepared to do this for 40 years, or if any of you guys are, why not give it 2 to 5 years to have a better lifestyle? And look, I have to go back and say what I said earlier. If I had started this years ago, where would I be today? I'd be a lot better off, and I'd be a lot happier. From the day, and I joined 3 years ago, and from the day I joined NHD Global, I've never looked back. The only experience I really needed at the start was to be able to talk, okay? And let's face it, guys, women in particular, we're really good at that. We're brilliant at talking. We can talk forever. And that's really all you have to know how to do. I just started talking about the products, and it doesn't take long to learn about the benefits of the products. And there's tons of support from the company. They're an unbelievable company, and they're there to help us along all the way. You don't have to worry about not knowing anything, because I knew nothing. And they're just there, and they're there 24 hours a day, and the support, as I said, is incredible. I mean, we women, when we're out and we're socializing, what do? We talk about health, we talk about beauty, we talk about our lifestyle, and we talk about that a lot. We talk about bills, and the fact that we, financial freedom, we like to be freer to stay at home with our families, and we're sitting around in circles, and that's generally what we talk about. And when you look at NHD Global as a business, NHD Global answer all of those things that we talk about. They have household products. They've got products that most people want. whether we want to be healthy or whether we want to stay younger, and actually most of us want to do both, NHT Global will answer. They have the products to do this. And the opportunity to talk about this comes up every day in conversation naturally. It's a business that you can literally talk about naturally. And products you can use every day, products you can talk about naturally. And, these are products that can become your own way of life. I mean, for example, I got up this morning, had a shower, washed my hair, and I used NHT Global shampoo and conditioner because we're going to use shampoo and conditioner anyway. So why not use NHT Global? It's better. It's going to give you a much better results in your hair. It's absolutely amazing. They've got an amazing body lotion, and we all use body lotion. We all have eye cream that we use every day. We use moisturizer, guys. The products are there. We're using them anyway. So why not embrace the NHT Global brand of products? They are better. Even on the health range, I mean, if you don't have to use all of the products, but for myself, I use quite a few of them. My kids do. They're not kids. My son is 26. My daughter's 20. But every day they have the noni juice. They take the omega-3. My daughter likes the Restore Vital for mental clarity. It helps her study. Stem Renew, unbelievable product. Not even going to go into it, but Stem Renew is for everything. And, these are products that you can use every day, and they're products that you can talk about every day. So I started the business, and, the best way to get started in this business is to become a product of the products and use the products so you can talk about them, and have the products so you can show them to people. And especially, the beauty products with the 30-minute non-surgical facelift, make sure you have it so you can do demos. But the more products that you're kind of familiar with, the more knowledgeable and more, I suppose, confident that you will become about the products. So to join this business, and the best way to join the business, and we found this with our teams here in Ireland, is to join and order one of the NHT Global Platinum packages. I mean, don't dip your toe in the water with just kind of one or two products. Make the commitment in your own head that you actually want to join this business, because it's very easy to buy just one or two products. And in fairness, we have tons of customers who do that. But if you're interested in the business and you really want to commit to this business, order a platinum package, because you're going to have all the products. You get to try them, you get to use them, you become familiar with them, and you're going to become confident about talking about them, and you're going to experience the benefits of them. And you will experience the benefits because they are incredible, incredible products. And you can only get excited and passionate about the products when you're using them and when you've felt the results for yourself. Also, from a business point of view, the platinum package, you can, you're joined at the top level, and if you want to look at the compensation plan later on, guys, you're kind of, from the minute you join with the platinum package, you're qualified to earn all 4 ways of earning. And if you're joining the business, that's what you want to do. You want to make money. So in your own mind, you'll know that you're committed to the business. It's like, if you were going to open a shop in the morning, let's say you're opening a boutique, well, you're not going to just stock one rail. You need to stock the shop. And the same with this business, although it's a lot, I have to say, cheaper, and a lot more less expensive, with less risks to start a business like this than it is to open your own business or open a shop, because that's going to cost you a lot of money, and it's going to take a lot of years to make a profit. And again, I can tell you that from having my own business. And the NHT Global Platinum is absolutely the best way to start the business. Get your mind started correctly and have all the products so you'll be able to experience them. Like this industry, it's actually for everybody. But as I said, it especially suits women, and it especially suits their lifestyles, because they're going to have more time to spend at home, which is probably what we all want, guys, once we start a family and we're trying to juggle our careers, and it's just it's so stressful, and I just can't even go there anymore because I've done it. But I'm going to go back to what I said earlier, because there is, I have something to say about this. You know, if you want to be there when your child takes their first step, and hopefully it's not when the nanny's there and you're at work, because obviously children don't wait till you come home, and it'll break your heart if you're not there when they take the first step. This type of industry will let you do it. It's going to allow you to be at home. It's going to allow you to the freedom to spend doing what you want to do. So don't be afraid to join this business, and don't wonder if you can do it or not, because you can. And there's huge support here from the company, from everybody, and all the people, the teams are all here, because we want you to make money. Because if you don't make money, obviously we can't make money. So you'll get more support from a business like this than you ever will from any job, any 9-to-5 job that you'll ever join. And people will go out of their way to help you and to teach you and to train you. There isn't a huge amount of training involved to do a business like this, but there's so much support behind it. And, you know, it's probably one of the only industries where you want the person who joins under you to be better than you. And you'll go out of your way to make them better than you. In traditional jobs, the boss doesn't really want you to go up over him because you're going to take his job. So this kind of works in reverse, and it's just an amazing industry. But as I said, if you want to stay there and be at home when your child takes that first step, you can do that, and you can watch the child take their first step. But here's something just about your child taking their first step to just imprint in your mind. And I'm using this just to help you with this industry, because if you think you're not able to do it, have a look at your baby when he does take that first step, because he's going to fall down, and he's going to get back up, and he's going to fall down again, and he's going to get back up again. And if he falls down another 50 times, right, he doesn't think, no, this isn't for me, and stay sitting on the floor for the rest of his life. He will get up as many times as it takes until he starts walking. And, you know, I'm only using this example because when you get involved in this industry, don't be disillusioned in the very beginning if it doesn't take off straight away. It does take a few years. It does take some effort. It takes some time to make it work. It's a job. It is a job, but it's not a job like the other types of job, because it's one you can work to your own hours and suit yourself. But obviously, it does require some work. So guys, don't be disillusioned if when you start your business, everybody doesn't jump at you and buy all the products straight away. Especially your own family and friends, because they'll probably be the least supportive in the beginning, although they probably be the most supportive in the end. But just remember, it's a business. Make a commitment to it, and it's a business that have the products that NHT Global have are products that people want and people use every day. So make NHT Global a way of life for yourself first, and then introduce it to others. That's how you start the business. And when you do start the business, the first thing that you should do is let people know what you're doing, and be proud of the fact that you started this business, and tell everybody what you're doing. As I said earlier, the only skill really required is that you can talk, and I think as I said earlier, we women are great at that. So I would pick, there's lots of other network marketing companies out there, but NHT Global, why would you pick NHT Global? I probably picked it for the products, but I stayed because of the people and the support that I was given. And the fact that they are such an incredible company. They've had so much media attention over the last few years. Recently been voted by Fortune 100 as the fastest growing publicly traded company in the world. And more recently in Hong Kong, being listed as one of the most valuable companies in Hong Kong. There's so many reasons to join NHT Global, whether it's their high quality products that everybody wants, or because of the people, or least and not last, because of their incredible compensation plan. Because this industry will help you build that passive income, and you can build it at your own speed. You can do it fast, or you can look at it as a pension for the future. Whatever way you want to do it, but it definitely works. If someone had told me 3 years ago that I'd be talking here today with these powerful women on this webinar, you probably all thinking my first reaction would have been, oh my God, I can't do this. How can I talk on a webinar? Well, actually, that wasn't my first reaction. My first reaction was actually, what the hell is a webinar? I didn't even know what it was. So you don't need any technology skills or anything like that, guys. They'll all just fall into place. So in 3 years, I went from liking 2 products then to having what I have now is a team all over Europe. And it's exploding for me. It's exploding for my team here in Ireland, who are a fantastic team. And I have to thank them all for their fantastic support. It's just growing so fast that I don't know who the people are in my team anymore. All, you know, in other countries, I've got teams in Sweden and Finland and wherever, all over Europe. And what I can say, guys, and I'm just going to end on this, if I can do this business, you can do it. I would suggest that you join this industry, and in particular, join NHT Global. They are the #1 fastest growing publicly traded company in the world, and it is an incredible company to join.
Oh, okay, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Frances. I'm just really honored to be asked to participate in the webinar along with all these other accomplished women. I loved hearing from Patricia, Elena, and Sonia. I mean, gosh, what wonderful information. And so I'm going to try to answer those same 3 questions, and first just share my background and how I got introduced to the industry. And I'm actually an attorney by trade, and I was practicing labor and employment law when this industry was first introduced to me. And at the time, I was working part-time, which is kind of difficult to do because I was a litigation attorney, which really just means I was getting paid part-time, but I was working, it felt like, all the time. And my 2 daughters, who are now 13 and 14, were very, very young at the time, and I often had to bring them to the office with me, where I had a changing table and a pack and play and all those great playpen things. And you know, I remember my friends just thought it was just so great that I was able to do that, and they really thought I had this, you know, perfect little life. But, you know, they only saw it from the outside. The reality was that they didn't see the times when I had to beg my paralegal to change a diaper or entertain my 1-year-old while I was on a conference call or meeting with a client. They didn't see, you know, that I was really sort of dying inside because, you know, while my family needed the income I was bringing in, I was feeling so guilty about the times that I wasn't with my kids. And even when I was with them, there were so many times that I just couldn't focus and be present for them the way I wanted to because of deadlines and what I was distracted with work. And, you know, I was at a place where I just did not see a real way out because I wasn't trained, you know, to do anything else. And so that's kind of where I was in my life when a friend of a friend introduced me to this industry. And it's not a super glamorous story, but what happened for me was, you know, my friend invited me to her house where she was having a little get together so that her friend could share, you know, with us the products and the business that she was representing. And, you know, I kind of politely turned that invitation down at first because I really just didn't feel like I had the time to go. But, you know, my friend was super insistent that I needed a night away from the kids and from work and all of that. So I kind of reluctantly agreed, and I showed up there with a fairly poor attitude, to be honest. And as it turned out, though, you know, that evening became a true defining moment in my life because of, you know, what it set in motion for me. I listened to the woman talk about the business of network marketing and how it had allowed her to leave her full-time job and work around her own schedule and the schedules of her kids, which certainly appealed to me given where my life was at that time. But I have to admit, you know, I stayed pretty closed-minded about it all because although I didn't know much about network marketing, I had heard some pretty bad things about it. You know, I'd heard that network marketing was a pyramid scheme or that, you know, people really couldn't make money at it. And so although some of the things that she said sounded pretty good to me, I told her pretty definitively that night that I had no interest in being involved in a business like that. On my drive home, though, I started really thinking about kind of the current state of my life. And this little voice inside my head started saying, you know, what if this really worked like she said it did? You know, what if I could be successful at it? What if it could, you know, possibly be a way out of my current situation, which, let's face it, was not, I wasn't super happy in at the time. So when I got home to my house that night, I got on the computer and just started researching network marketing. The more I learned about it, the more I realized that I hadn't really known anything about it at all. And most of what I heard about it didn't seem to be true. And just as I continued to research, I started to see that the business model made a lot of sense to me because, you know, it allowed people to work in teams and share income. I realized that if I worked 10 hours a week and 3 of my team members each worked 10 hours a week, essentially I would get paid for 40 hours a week, even though I personally only worked 10 hours. And, I started to understand the concept of time leveraging and just to see that the income potential was truly limitless and that it would actually give me an opportunity to make more money than I ever could make practicing law if I put the effort in. And I could do it around my own schedule. So, I also saw, and this is, was important for me, but that most network marketing companies offered incentive trips to like beautiful resorts that distributors could earn for themselves and even their families in some cases. And I remember thinking, I could really use a vacation. And just the more I read success stories of other women who had done this, the more I started to think that maybe I could be successful at it too. So, the next day I contacted the woman who had given the presentation and I invited her to lunch, and I ended up enrolling in the business and just started working it right alongside my legal career, kind of fitting it into the nooks and crannies of my life and just any little pocket of time that I could find. And I worked both jobs together until I'd built up my network marketing business enough to be able to quit the practice of law for good, which is such a blessing. And it's just one of the best decisions I've ever made. And I'm so thankful that somebody took the time to share it with me, because my life is just so different now than it was back then. I guess the biggest difference, is that I get to work when I want to work and be with my family when I want to be with my family. And I get to travel and enjoy life and just truly limitless income potential. So that's kind of how I was introduced to the industry. I love the industry. Why NHT in particular? I'll tell you, NHT is doing something very, very special inside this industry. And I could probably list over 100 reasons why that is and talk for hours about it, but I promise I won't do that to you guys. I'll do my best just to hit the highlights. But, first of all, NHT is a company that people from all walks of life and from any part of the world, and you've heard some of that today, can walk into and just have incredible success, regardless of their race, religion, schooling, experience, even if they've never even worked a job in their lives, because it's set up that way. It's set up for people to succeed. And I think that's something really important for people to know and to understand. The second thing I just want to talk about is the success of NHT as a company. As we say in the South, if you're going to hitch your wagon to a horse, you want it to be a thoroughbred with a winning record, and I'm going to repeat some of what Sonia said, but it does bear repeating, because there isn't another network marketing company on the planet really that has achieved these incredible success markers. As you've heard, NHT was rated the fastest growing publicly traded company in the world by Fortune magazine in 2017. Fortune is one of the most well-respected, if not the most well-respected business magazine, in the world. And for a company that's 15 years old to be growing at that rate, it's just super impressive from a business standpoint. The company participated in NASDAQ's Ringing of the Bell ceremony in 2015, which is one of the highest honors that NASDAQ awards. We were voted the most valuable company in Hong Kong last year because of our contributions and incredible successes in that part of the world. And there's just so many markers of success with this company that I could just go on and on. So, when you're looking, though, to compare it to other companies in our industry, there isn't a comparison. There really isn't. For example, even the Fortune magazine ranking, well, yeah, we were ranked #1 fastest growing publicly traded company, but that's a list of the 100 fastest growing companies. And there isn't another network marketing company that even made the list at all. And publicly traded is a big deal. Everything that this company does, it's done with integrity. And you always know what's going on with the company because it's all public. And, with some of the private companies, they can kind of tell you what's going on. And I hope and believe that most of them will act with integrity. But the fact is, whatever they tell you, you just have no way to verify it or really know what's happening behind the scenes because they aren't required to publish any of it. And, because of the success that companies like NHT have experienced, there are new network marketing companies popping up all over the place, and they're encouraging people to come join them and get on the ground floor. And I can tell you, Francis, from experience that the ground floor is not where you want to be. I mean, the fact is that 95% of all new companies will shut down within their first 5 years. 95%. That's a pretty scary statistic when you think about getting in on that ground floor, putting your time and effort into that company, and then only have like a 5% chance that the company will still be around in a few years. And as Sonia said, it takes a little bit of time to build. So once you've done that, to have that happen and have the company close down is just not really where you want to be. So for me, I was looking for a home, not really a gamble like that. I was looking for, a home that being open in 45 countries that allows me to do business in any part of the world that I choose to do it in through our global e-commerce side of our business. And most importantly, I was looking for a home that can provide me with the kind of residual income that I can pass down to my kids, my grandkids, even my great-grandkids. And so I'm really thankful to have found that here at NHT. if there's anyone out there who might be looking for, you know, a home the way that I was, I have to tell you, it sure is the right time here with NHT, because all ships rise with the tide. And to have a 15-year-old company that's still experiencing this kind of record-breaking growth, well, you know, the tide is definitely rising. And the kind of success that this company has had and continues to have, it doesn't happen by accident. It's because of NHT's perfect storm kind of combination of products, you know, the success plan, and the people. And we have products that work. We have products with Nobel Prize-winning research behind them. We have products that are consumable, that our customers love and continue to reorder over and over and over. We have a business plan that works. And it really is brilliant on so many levels, but I'll point out kind of two of my favorite features of it. The first is the auto bank system. NHT is the only network marketing company that I know of that has this kind of feature. And what it means is there is no forced auto ship. You're not required to order product every month in order to get paid. All, you know, of our distributors, of course, use the products because they deliver incredible results, but we can order them when we want to order them, and we're never forced to do it each month in order to get paid, which is required by almost all other network marketing companies, whether their distributors are making any money yet or not. And the other thing I think is just really smart about the plan is the way that they've set up new distributors for success right away by offering that Platinum Starter Package. As you've heard already today from Sonia, the Platinum Package, and I think Patricia too, the Platinum Package provides just a diversified and robust product portfolio, and you can't sell from an empty wagon. So it does take care of that. It provides a free website back office for life. So you never have to worry about any technology fees for running your business. They take care of all of that. What's most important to me about it is that it kind of allows you to maximize the compensation plan by ensuring that you get paid at the highest possible level in that plan. And it allows you to promote up the ranks of our international recognition program very, very quickly. And how the company has done this, and I just think it's so smart, is they've calculated the business volume points that a new distributor is awarded when they start with that Platinum Package down to the very penny to be the exact amount of points that the new distributor needs to get that first hefty cash cycle bonus, we call it, the minute that they start off their first 2 new distributors in the same way with that Platinum Package, which is really exciting for new distributors just starting out. And you know, there's so much that's so smart about it to me, but especially the way that the Auto Bank program and the Platinum Package programs work together. Because when you're comparing, you know, coming into NHT with a Platinum Package to what you would spend coming in another network marketing company that forces you to order monthly, again, whether you're making money yet or not, they force you if you want to get paid to do that. And you'll see you end up spending more money in that first year with a company that forces monthly auto ship than you would with a one-time Platinum Pack purchase here. And you'd spend that money in the first year with one of those companies without even getting all of the perks that NHT offers you with a Platinum Pack. So, you know, for example, like let's say a new distributor starts out with some other company whose starter packages range somewhere from, I don't know, like $500 to $1,500, which we can just average at $1,000. And so then on top of that, they do require a new distributor to purchase $50 to maybe $150 worth of product every single month if they want to be paid. And so we can average that out to $100 per month, which is, you know, pretty typical of most network marketing companies. And a lot of them also require about a $30 monthly technology fee. So you're looking at, you know, spending without a doubt $130 per month. And just in the first year alone, you know, that person has spent $1,560 on their monthly auto ship requirement, and of course $1,000 for that starter package, you know, which together comes out to $2,560, which of course is more costly than our Platinum packages. And they still have year after year after year of monthly forced spending to look forward to, you know, no matter how much or little money they're making. And so with all of that, they don't even get the perks that our Platinum Package provides. And so they don't get nearly as wide of a diversification of products to start out their business, which in the beginning is when they really need that diversification of product. Most likely their first cash cycle bonus isn't tied to them just starting out their first 2 distributors in that same way. They sure don't get a free back office for life if they're paying monthly technology fees. You know, so to me, I think it's very, very smart, and it just makes sense for success-minded people, abundance-minded people to get started in the right way here with that Platinum Pack, and, you know, to teach their new distributors to do the same thing, because then everybody wins. Everybody climbs up that international recognition program much more quickly, which means, you know, for those that aren't familiar with it, what it means, just in simple terms, is everyone makes the most amount of money in the fastest amount of time, which sure is a whole lot more fun than doing it any other way. So, you know, the last thing I guess I'll touch on as far as why NHT, Francis, is just the people, the incredible people that make up the NHT family. You know, in the 13 years that I've been in this industry, I have never worked with a group of such just kind-hearted people who truly care so much about their distributors. It's really been an amazing thing to be a part of, you know, from the president and corporate staff, which are so distributor friendly. By the way, NHT pays their distributors more than any other publicly traded network marketing company in the entire industry does. You know, that is distributor friendly and caring. You know, to our founding distributors, Dan Cato and Joe Garcia, who just have hearts of gold, and they're just always there to help, to our sideline teams and certainly our upline teams. I mean, just everyone all the time is there, and they're willing to help us with anything at all that we may need. And there's just something really special about working with a group of people who care so much about you. You know, they cheer you on. They publicly recognize even your smallest accomplishments on your road to success. It's just a really incredible environment to work in, and I have yet to meet an NHT distributor who does not absolutely love what they do. And so, you know, that's what I mean about it just being the perfect storm combination of just world-class products, a really smart business plan, and incredible, incredible people. And just as far as why network marketing for women, I mean, that one is a pretty simple answer, Francis. There is a reason that the Direct Selling Association reports that 70% of the people who do network marketing are women. It's one of the only industries where women can truly balance work and family life, and where women are recognized for their value and their contributions and actually get paid as much as men do, and oftentimes a lot more than men are paid, which is very different and very refreshing compared to traditional businesses. And the most important thing, though, for me, is that I've been able to just fully participate in my daughter's lives while earning a great living. I mean, they're now 13 and 14 years old, and I've never missed a field trip. I've never missed a sports competition. I've never missed really any significant event in their lives. And my husband and I have been able to take them to so many beautiful, usually tropical vacation resorts, and spend that quality time as a family because of all the incentive trips that the industry has allowed me to earn. It's kind of like, you know, if you sat down with almost any woman, I don't care what country, I don't care what her background is, anything, really with almost any woman, and you asked her to just dream a little bit and design and share with you what her perfect life would really look like, I promise you that you would find that a lot of what she described looked like a career in network marketing. The thing is, though, that a lot of women, just like me 13 years ago, don't realize that a business like this is available to them, or that they have either preconceived notions about network marketing, or they just don't know much about it at all. And so that's one of the reasons that I was so honored to be asked to participate in this webinar today, because of where I was 13 years ago and where I am now. And I do feel called to share with as many women as I can that there is an answer. There is an alternative to traditional business for us, or expected roles of women at home. And, you know, if they're looking for a change, they at least need to know how joyful a network marketing business can be for them. So, you know, I just so appreciate you having me on the webinar. Thanks so much. And I will pass it back to you, Francis. And I just can't wait to hear how all the women of the world who didn't know about this before are going to embrace it, because I know they will.